Good evening everybody, Dave Cottam here. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just give it a couple of minutes. If you're coming on the replay, you might want to just skip forward a couple of minutes because we'll just wait while the live stream starts to build up. So, welcome to everybody for this webinar, closing 2018 with a bang. I'm pretty passionate about this with what's been going on with our business over the last couple of weeks and couple of months, trying to help everybody get prepared to a real big close in the back end of 2018. Hey Shelley, hey Bassi, how are you, mate? So we'll just give it a couple of minutes and just wait for a few more people to pop on here. Wonderful to have you on here, Shelley. How's your evening been so far, Shelley? How are you going, Bassi? Robbie, hey, how are you, mate? Good to see you on here, buddy. So as I say, we're just going to give it a few minutes while we wait for everybody else to come on. But those that have come on, flick some likes in, give us a couple of love hearts or smiley faces or something. Give me a shout out, say hello. It's always good to know who's popping on here and kind of helps to boost up the rankings a little bit. Hey Lainey, how are you? Excellent, good to hear, Robbie. What's been happening with you, buddy? There you go, let's give it another couple of minutes. We'll start to build up a little bit now as we get going. In fact, I'm gonna share this on my page as well whilst we're here. So how's everybody's day been so far? And while we're waiting, the people that are on, it'd be great to know, hey Jana, it'd be great to know what are the things that you really want to achieve? What's the top 3 things that you want to achieve in this back end of 2018? Now, this is a time, really big reflection. A lot of us start to really think about what we've been doing with the year and thinking about moving forwards. And what all this is about is what is it you want to achieve in 2019? So what are the things you really want to do in the next couple of months? I'm just posting the live stream onto my page. Hey Fab, how are you going, mate? Good to see you, buddy. As you come on, guys, again, do us a favour, put some smiley faces in, put a couple of comments in, flick some thumbs up. Let's try and push it out there a little bit. We'll give it another minute, and then we'll get jumping into it. And again, it'd be really great as you're coming on here. Just start to have a think about what it is you want to be doing in the next couple of months. Really start to meditate and get it into your mindset. What it is that you want to achieve, because visualizing what you want to achieve is the very first part of making those achievements and getting that success over the next couple of months. And so I'm just going to share this into another page while we wait. You're scheduling. You got to be a little bit more than scheduling. Hey Nikki, how are you? Okay, we'll give it one more minute and then we'll get into it. Excellent. So Shelley's a very business focused. What Shelley's looking to do at the moment is really grow a business. What everybody else looking to do in 2018, these last couple of months. Hey Dan, how are you going, mate? Good to see you again, guys. As you're popping on, just flick us some likes or a smiley face or comments, say hello. It just helps us to kind of push up for people to start jumping on. It normally takes a couple of minutes before people start to jump on these things. And again, for the people that have just bumped on, what are the 3 things that you really want to achieve in the back end of 2018? What are the things you really want to push forward to give you that kickstart into 2019? Jade, how are you? Hey. What's going on? So a couple of people over in the UK watching as well. How are you doing, Jade? Hey, Jackie, how are things? Jackie, we'll still be waiting. We're due a coffee. Jesse, hey, Jesse. Hey, Rachel. Again, guys, as you're coming on, pop us some likes in, flick a comment, say hello. Let's try and push it up the rankings as we get going. And again, it'd be really great the people that have just jumped on. and just punch in the chat box what the top 3 things are that you want to achieve in the back end of this year, the next couple of months, getting ready for the start of 2019. Okay, so guys, I'll start jumping into it. I know another couple of people will start jumping on. It normally takes a few minutes, but you know, we'll get going anyway. Shelley wants to have an awesome group. You'll have an awesome group, Shelley. Okay, so 90 days, or probably under 90 days now left in 2018. You know, I can't believe it's come around so quickly. For me, the end of the year has seemed like it was an age away, because I'm due a baby in the middle of December, 15th of December. Baby Dave, my firstborn, is going to come into the world now. It seemed like an absolute age away back in whenever it would have been that we found out, April, March, I can't remember now. But you know, it seemed like forever away. But now we're almost there already, and I can't believe it. It's amazing how fast, you know, time goes by. You know, Vaclav, hey Rob, how are you doing, mate? So yeah, it's amazing how time flies by, and we'll know that there's all these things that we were talking about earlier on in the year that now we're almost there already. You know, it's unbelievable how how fast time flies by. And what happens all too often is that, you know, what we do is we go years, not just weeks, not just months. We go years without actually managing to take those steps and move forward and get the progress that we've been looking for. So what we want to do is try and really go, right, the back end of 2018, these last couple of months, let's really start to make some progress. So there's 5 things that are really the key areas of our business or our life or our health, whatever it is you're looking to achieve. I know quite a lot of business people follow this kind of stuff. So the 5 key areas are the vision that you want for your life. You know, what is it that you actually want? We got to visualize that. You know, the mindset that you've got. How much are you committed to your hopes and your dreams and your goals? You know, what is it that you're going to do to make that happen? You know, the all important bit is the action that we take. You know, very commonly it's the action that people take that lets them down. You know, quite often people really do have those strong desires to want to change, but when it comes to actually putting the work in, you know, that's where we fall down. You know, we say we want things, but actually functioning and getting that into our lives is where a lot of people struggle. You know, and that comes down to where we go with our strategy. You know, the way in which we approach what we want is all important. You know, because if we don't take time to figure out how we're going to fit this into our life, strategically make sure that we get a change, commonly what happens is we continue to do things the way we've already done them. You know, it's quite easy. You know, well, people will go to the gym for a few months and it won't last very long. They'll fall off and just be back to what they were doing before. You know, habits are quite hard to form and quite easy to break. So what we want to do is reverse that and really put some action into making our change new habits in this last couple of months. You know, really give ourselves a good kickstart. You know, and get away from this desire for learning things, to get away from the need for waiting, you know, to get out of that procrastination and actually move into action. And what we want to ask that question of ourselves is, will we make this last couple of months of this year, will we make it the best that we've been? Will we make this 3 months potentially the most productive of our lives? You know, will we end 2018 as strongly as we can so that 2019 sets itself up for being totally life-changing? You know, we're at any given point, if you've read Mel Robbins' book, The 5-Second Rule, at any given point, you know, you're just a few seconds away from, you know, changing your life. You're one good decision away from changing your life. I've just realised there, I had my mic set up and I've not got it clipped on my top, so I bet I was dead quiet then. So you're only 5 seconds away from actually changing your life. At any given moment, you can make that choice and totally change everything. You know, and what I'm going to ask today is for us all to try and look and go, make today that day that we draw the line in the sand. I know Shelley's done this recently. Shelley literally went to the beach and shot a live video talking about her drawing a line in the sand and stepped over it and said, today's going to be the day of the rest of my life, and no more am I going to live the way that I've lived before, because I'm moving forward. Okay, now we've got some quotes here. A really good quote that I heard recently: success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Say that again: success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Now what that's saying is that in order for us to achieve anything in our lives, we've got to see the worth in it. You have to yourself see the value in making that change. You've got to see the value in actually taking the action needed to change your life, to change your habits, to do things differently, to go through the inconvenience of changing things in your life. Because if we continue to do what we've always done, we'll get what we've always got. You know, whether that success be your health, your wealth, your happiness, your relationships, your spirituality, your work environment, you know, the fun that you have in your life. Hey Louisa, how are you? Any of these things, you know, we can change any of them, but all it takes is a focused effort to say that today is going to be the day that I'm going to change and I'm going to build my life around what I want to do. You know, also another one, success in your life will be dependent upon your attitude. You know, that's a big one, because all of this comes down to attitude. You know, you look and go, the difference between someone who succeeds and someone who fails is commonly the person that decides that they will ensure that they make it. You know, if you say that you're going to win or you say that you're going to fail, you'll always be right. You know, so the question is, are you going to make that decision? The goals that you have in your life, that this year will be the year that we make it. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to go over, and there's a figure of how it is that things become successful. Now, what we find quite commonly is that where we judge our lives is by the results that we're getting. And this is really important. Quite commonly, we've set goals for ourselves, and there's things that we want to achieve. We decided we're going to do this or that. You know, I'm going to be this size. I've got the picture on my fridge of the shape that I want to be. You know, there's the money that I want to earn. There's the job that I want to have. You know, all these things that we set goals of what we're going to achieve in our life. But all too commonly, we're impatient. We judge ourselves only on the results that we're getting. And all too commonly, too quickly, we give up on that. You know, speaking to one of the girls in our team today, you know, and we were having that conversation about patience. You know, and she's looking to get out of what she's doing and start to work from home. And like I said to her, you know, if it takes you 3 years to achieve this, is that worth it? You know, because, you know, you can look around you and get frustrated by results that other people are having, but have you put the work in that they have? You know, are you going to be patient to wait until the point at which you achieve your goals? And you know, if it's your health goals and you're looking to lose 10 kilos or gain 20 kilos, you know, if you're looking to change some relationships and get a new circle of friends, if you've been having troubles with your partner and you're looking to build those relationships again and improve your romantic relationship, those things take time, and we've got to be patient. And if we have that expectation of a quick result, then there's always that added pressure, and it's a pressure that's not real because we've created it. You know, somebody said to me recently, actually in a training course, somebody came to me who said that she got a spiritual message, and she came to me and she said, you know, I've been channeled to tell you that you need to lower your expectation. And I was like, whoa, that's a bit weird. But the expectations that we have on ourselves, I've come to realize that are one of the biggest disablers of us as people. Because all too commonly, we've got these high expectations of how life should be. And we have these high expectations as to how quickly things should happen. You know, and all too commonly, it isn't the action that we're taking that lets us down, and it isn't necessarily always that we've set to unrealistic goals or that we can't do things. All too commonly, we have too high expectations of how quickly these things should happen. And what happens is we fail based on the fact that we expect too much too quickly. You know, anything that's worth it takes time and effort. You know, and this is the key thing we've got to look at is setting realistic expectations and then working hard to achieve them. So the results that we want to achieve, and this is one to write down, the results that you want to achieve. Yeah, Shelley says she's guilty right there. the results that you want to achieve, if you're not getting them, first and foremost, what we've got to look at is our mindset towards those. Are we fully committed to what we want to achieve? Are we ensuring that what it is that we want is a high enough priority in our life? Because if we don't make things a priority, I know this sounds really simple, but if we haven't made things a priority, it's never going to raise up. We're never going to ensure that we do it. And the question can quite commonly be, it's like, say for instance, if you're talking about losing weight, and we've got that picture of the size and shape that we want to be come summer. You look and go, what's more important? Is it the dinner with the friends? Is it the ice cream? Is it the glass of wine? What's more important? Is it this or is it that? Because you can commonly tell the people who say, for instance, when it comes to body shape, those people prioritize their goal of looking good above everything else. And that is that high priority that actually makes them successful in that. And if we ask ourselves commonly to look and think to the areas of our life where we are successful, whether that be your job, whether that be you as a parent, whether it be your relationships, whether it be that your house is clean, whether it be that you're very diligent at work, you study hard, whatever it be, where you look and go, right, what's a really successful area of my life? And what's an area of my life where I'm not necessarily doing so well? If you looked and asked yourself, right, this area where I'm really successful, if I showed this same amount of diligence, if I kept this at the forefront of my mind and it mattered as much to me, if I showed that attention to this area, whether that be your health, whether that be your work, whether that be your business, whether it be your relationships, if you showed that level of attention to this side that you did to the area where you're really successful, do you think you'd have the same results? And every time people do it, they go, wow, I actually don't give a lot of attention to my health or my relationships. If you want a good relationship with your partner, that takes work, because happiness doesn't just happen. It isn't by default, it's by design. If you want to have a happy relationship, do you plan to go on date nights? Do you book that in? If you want to be healthy, do you book it in to make sure that you're exercising? Do you ensure that you've diarised and ensure that you're eating well? Do you prepare your food for the week? All of these things, it's all around preparation, and that's your mindset. The results that you have are based on the mindset that you have. And obviously then the mindset that you have will lead to the action that you take. If you take enormous action without necessarily knowing what you're doing, you may not have all the nutrition experience, or you may not necessarily have all the skills and knowledge around a business. You may not have necessarily in work all of the skills that you need in order to get that promotion. But if you take action, action solves all problems. And I'll absolutely 100% guarantee that when you take action, it also improves your mindset. Taking relentless action in the direction that you want to go, whether or not you really know what you're doing. Commonly it's literally just setting it down and starting to make that progress, taking action. What do people always say with the health goals when they fall down with the health goals? Oh, I had a day off and I did this and I just fell off the wagon and I lost my motivation. And you look and go, well, how do you get motivated again? You take action. Again, to refer to the 5-second rule, Mel Robbins commonly says in that you have got 5 seconds to make any decision. At that point where the thought goes into your head, you've got 5 seconds. And if you get up and move your body, your brain has to go with you. You can override that and your brain has to go with you. So you can decide at any given point if it's the gym, if it's to go up and work, if you're in a business, if it's to make a phone call, to do a social media post, to go out and go to a meeting or a training, that thing that you don't want to do. You've got 5 seconds to get up and go, do you know what? I'm going to move. I'm going to move and I'm going to move in that direction. And that's the habit to get into, because when you start to take action, I guarantee you that your mindset will improve around it because you'll start to have confidence in yourself. When you get that confidence and you're taking that action, the results will surely follow. In fact, this is David, who's just come on this webinar. This is kind of based around some of the training that he's given me. You know, because we're always led by what we think. You know, we've got to have that faith in ourselves. And the only way we do that is to literally start taking that relentless action. Okay, so back to what we need, our five key factors. You know, first and foremost is your vision. Okay, if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get there. So I do for anybody. I mean, there's only a few of you put your 3 things that you want to achieve in 2018 in here. Okay, but what we've got to do is visualize that. So first and foremost, what I implore everybody to do is to write down what it is that you want to achieve. And this isn't just to write down a goal. You know, this isn't just like earn $10,000 or lose 10 kilos. You know, we've got to really visualize that in our mind, because we've got to lock in that we're going to get there. And the only way that your mind does that is to visualize that as a benefit to your life. You know, our brain works in pictures. And for us to cosmic order what we want from the universe, or however you believe in it, if you believe in prayer, you believe in anything else, you visualize that into your mind. So what I want everyone to do is to get the things that you want and write them down. But write them down as a story, as how your life will look. You know, be as descriptive as possible there. Where are you? What will it be? Will you be on the beach? You know, I'm going to be in the beach in this country wearing this bikini and doing this and feeling this way. And my skin will be warm and I'll be drinking a beer or whatever it is you're going to do. Write it down so that you really feel it and you get that forward planned benefit emotionally attached to how good that's going to feel. You know, because when you have that feeling and when you emotionally connect with it, that's when you can really start to lock in and make sure that the price or the prize becomes worth the price. Sexy Dave in a bikini, more like in a mankini, Shelley. You know, but that's what we got to do, is write those down. You know, it's no good to just say I want this. You've got to know how that's going to feel. Because when you order that from the universe, only then can it be delivered, but you've got to be specific. You know, and the thing from that is then when problems happen, when roadblocks occur, you know, the universe will be like Google Maps. You know, if things get in your way, you've just got to keep moving forward and believe that the universe is like Google Navigate, that it'll find a way around for you. You just keep driving, you know, Google just tells you where to go, right? You've got to keep moving forward. Those hurdles, you've got to see them not as roadblocks, but as speed humps. You know, something that gets in your way but doesn't stop it. You know, we've got to be so laser focused on our goals. And only that way will we get there, by taking relentless action, but having that vision that makes it worth it to keep going. You know, if you've ever read the book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill in there, basically to summarize that book, you've got to be obsessed about what you want to achieve. You know, and if that's your health goals, if that's a monetary goal, if it's a promotion from work, if it's relationships, whatever it be, you've got to be obsessed by that it's the forefront of your mind all the time. You know, and like I say there, to write down and visualize what it is you want to achieve, that is the very first point to it. So I'd really, really implore everybody to write down their goals, especially their top ones. But I categorize my goals off like the pillars of life, I call them. And that's health, wealth, happiness, relationships, spirituality, and your business or your job. The fun that you're having, the personal growth that you're getting, and your action towards your goals. I use those 9 pillars. And what I'd advise anyone to do is to write your goals down against each of those categories. Write them down, visualize it. Make it so viscerally implanted in your brain that there's no way you wouldn't get there. Beck just said, can you be too focused? That's a tough question. I don't think you can be too focused. I think you can be that way, that you would be overly focused in one area in order to get massive traction in one area. And as long as you don't spend too time being over focused in one area so that everything else is of detriment. But I think sometimes you need to be laser focused on one thing in order to make that come to life, because you've only got so much bandwidth. So I don't think you can be too focused, and it all depends on what you want from life, right? You know, someone might say you're too obsessed with that, but their values might be different. So if you really want a great family and all you want to do is play with your kids, that's entirely up to you. If you just want loads of money and you just want to work, that's entirely up to you, because someone else's goal isn't your goal. So I'd say just, you can't be too obsessed. I think very few people would be too focused on positive things. Most people would be too distracted by negative things. So Rachel wants to build a team and upgrade her work and a home environment. Exactly, and if you're absolutely focused on that, you'll achieve that. And the way Rachel works, I know that she will. So then we've got our action. Okay, guys, so we've got our vision. Then we've got to start taking action. Action to me is the bit that we just don't do enough of. And I think all too often we procrastinate, we self-sabotage. We're always waiting until, I'll wait until next week. People now at this time of year are going, I'm going to set my New Year's resolutions, and they're waiting until New Year to start, and you look and go, well, start today. Life doesn't change. The tomorrow never comes because there's only today. The future's a mystery, the past is history, all we have is today. So at any given point we can make that decision to take action, whether or not you know what you're doing, because I can guarantee you, even if you don't know what you're doing and you're taking action, you're more likely to get there than someone who isn't. And that's putting yourself in the arena. People say you've got to be in it to win it. If you're not taking action, there's no way you're going to win. If you don't buy a lottery ticket, there's no way you're going to get it. If you're looking to grow a business, you're looking for health goals, you're looking for whatever it be, if you're doing something, it's better than doing nothing. Even if you don't know what you're doing, even if you're not really sure how to use a gym, even if you're not really sure about your nutrition plan, you can guarantee you know inside you some positive steps that you could take. And commonly, whatever you want to achieve in life is down to a simple, repeatable process. All that we need to do is get started and repeat that process consistently until we have some level of success. So really important, just get started. Because a goal without any action is just a dream. And they say there's two types of people in life. There's dreamers and doers. What do you want to be? Do you want to be a dreamer? The person that's sat talking about their dreams for the next 30 years? Or do you want to be a doer? Yeah, and Colin says there, so individuals are different to what they want. Everyone's life's different. When it comes to taking action, it comes to the person's circumstances. Absolutely. Everyone's in a different spot, and all we can do is when I played lacrosse, when I was on the England team, we had a saying: you play what's in front of you. Because we could have a game plan, you could have everything set up, we could have our strategy, but things change. And at the point at which something changes, you've just got to play what's in front of you and react to what's happening in front of you. So yeah, I say that everybody's going to be different, but what we've got to do is just play the field in front of us. And whatever we do, the big thing is if you're going to make change in your life, it takes a massive amount of action and effort and focus. And, this is the thing where, like we say there, about really focusing on what it is you want to achieve. Because it would be amazing how much action it's going to take, how much effort and commitment it will take to change a habit. You might need to remind yourself, you might need to set alarms on your phone. You may need to note it down and have post-its all over the place. I've got post-its all over my office of things to remind me of. I've got stuff on the wall here, I've got affirmations on the wall, I've got things from the magic on my thing in front of me here, I've got magic checks from the magic behind me. It's hard to keep these things in the forefront of our mind. So you've got to look and go, in order to take relentless action, you've got to put a lot of effort into it. And I say a rocket ship takes 80% of its fuel to get out of the Earth's atmosphere. The rest of it just cruises. But once you've formed a habit, it will just tick over as a daily ritual. Like, hopefully you don't have to remember to brush your teeth. Hopefully you don't have to remember to take a shower. You form those habits, and all you've got to do is set those habits in your life. It's easy as making that decision and then reminding yourself all the time. And the big thing is putting that support team around you. Making sure that the people around you buy into your goals. So that no one can do anything on your own. So if you've got goals, make sure that the people around you buy into them. Share your goals, share your vision. Tell your family, your partner, your people at work, whoever it be. Tell them how important this is to you. And get them bought into your vision. Let them know that, if it's mum has to do this. I can't, I'm not going to be able to take you to wherever you've got to go all the time. I'm not going to be able to do this for a little while because I've got to do this. This is really important to me. You know, if it's your partner to buy into it, for your kids, whatever it be, really important to build the team around you. So that's your action. So we've got your vision, we've got your action. Okay, next is strategy. There's a great term from baseball. Okay, this is a guy called Tom Seaver, and he says, in baseball, my theory is to strive for consistency, not to worry about numbers. If you dwell on statistics, you get short-sighted. If you aim for consistency, the numbers will work out in the end. Okay, so to build your strategy all around consistency, not worrying about the outcome. We kind of covered that a little bit before. Things might not happen the way you want them to, but all you've got to do is believe in the process. You know that if you walked from Perth to Sydney, if you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, eventually I'd get there. I don't necessarily know how long it'd take, but I believe I would get there. So a lot of this is about having your strategy of your vision and the action that you're going to take, and your strategy to just be, I'm gonna make as much time to do this as possible, knowing that if I just keep doing this, even if it doesn't happen as quickly as I want it to, I'll get there. It's so important. Have a simple, repeatable process. Know what it is that can help you. If it's a health goal, if it's starting to eat on a smaller plate as opposed to a big plate, eat from a small plate. Knowing that if I just eat a bit less, that will improve things. Instead of eating pasta and things like that, move to something more like vegetables. Knowing it will help. It may not happen immediately, but having that faith over time, it will help. If it's a business, you know that making phone calls or posting on social media or going to networking groups, going to personal development courses, these things will help your business. Maybe not immediately, but that compounding effect over time will slowly build up. It's so important. I say, be married to the process. Something I say all the time, be married to the process, not to the result. You've got to get that process down and work at it diligently, knowing that you'll get there. And a big thing with that is to be prepared. We've all heard it before with scouts and things like that. Be prepared. Preparation is key. And how we be prepared with any of your goals generally is blocking out your time. Ask that question of yourself: do I know where I spend all of my time? And is that time that I spend valuable? And the thing that I love everybody to do is to make a schedule of their week. Make a schedule of it. Block all your time out into blocks, 15-minute blocks, every single minute of every single day, and note down what it is you're doing in those times. Because if you look at it, you'll see all of this time where you'll just look and go, I could save myself time there, where I'm watching TV, where I'm taking the kids to places when they could use public transport or go themselves, where I'm procrastinating. Big one for me is like cleaning the house. So many people clean the house so much. Can you save yourself all of that time and be prepared? And especially when it comes to diet plans, so many people will be looking into 2019 with health goals. Are you ensuring that you've got the time to be prepared, to make your food? Like we do a lot of batch cooking and pre-cooking here, so that we're prepared and ready. So there's food ready to go. There's stuff in the freezer that you can just pull out and heat or take to work. Time blocking is absolutely key to everything, because if you can't manage your time, there's no way you can be in control of your life. So whatever your goal is, ensuring that you've got time to achieve your goals is so important. And that is one of the big things with absolutely anything. Once you can become a master of managing your own time, you can do absolutely almost anything, because everybody's got the same amount of time in their days. Everybody's got the same amount of time, and it's a case of what you do with that time. So I say, guys, to wheel back, to where we were before. Visualization. I really want everybody to visualize their goals, visualize where they want to be in 2019. What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that will change your life? Get focused on a couple of key things and find one that will be the highest value to you. And let's get absolutely laser focused and committed to making that change over the next 3 months and really rocket launch yourself into 2019. Get down, visualize it, write it down. Write the story of how it will feel to you. Write the story of what it will mean to you. Write the story of where you'll be. You know, will you be somewhere with your kids because you've managed to free yourself from your job? Will you be spending more time with your partner because you've been really working on your relationship? You know, will you have changed your life, and will you be spending more time doing social things? Will you have improved your health? Will you have put weight on? Will you have got more fit? Will you have lost some weight? You know, where will you be? What will you be doing? How will it feel for you to have achieved that goal? What viscerally inside will it mean to you? You know, what will it smell like where you are? What will the heat be like? What will be going on around you? All of these things. Really write down the perfect situation that you'll be in. You know, really write those things down. And then plan what you need to do to get there. Because you've got where you are now and where you need to be. and plan out that simple, repeatable process that you need, step by step, something easy. It doesn't have to be massive. Don't do anything too complex. Don't do anything too crazy. What's something really, really simple that I can do to get from here to here? You know, don't worry about the time. Just worry about that you can do it. Because I can absolutely guarantee if you get a process and repeat it with total diligence and commitment, without necessarily expectation of the time, you will get there. You know, and as you then start to get a little bit of data, you know, if you've lost a couple of kilos, or you've gained a couple of kilos, or you're getting faster, or you're running further, or you started to earn some money, what you'll know is that as you measure those things, as you hit those milestones, then you'll know how much longer it's going to take you. You know, you'll start to know how much more effort you need to put in, how much more time you need to put in, and you'll get that data and you'll know. Okay, so write them down. Write what you've got to achieve. Write your process and time block. You know, make time for the things that you want in your life, because this is the problem most of us have. We don't make time. We're too busy, you know, being human beings, or human doings and not human beings. You know, we're always doing stuff. We're always going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, until we make that time to do the things that are important to us. And all too commonly, it's the important things that we leave to one side. You know, and I'm as bad as anyone. We do the things that are like expected of us and don't necessarily do the things that make us happy. You know, so block those things in, the things that'll really change your life, and make it happen in the last couple of months running into 2019. And that's it, guys. You know, everything that we do is either leading us towards our goals or leading us away from our goals, leading us towards better health or taking us away from good health. You know, leading us towards financial freedom or away from it, leading us towards better relationships or away from it. And the question needs to be, just at every single point, every given decision that you make, is this taking me towards or away from my goals, my hopes, my dreams? You know, for anyone that wants to work on this, we're going to be setting up an accountability group and really helping everybody to start to make this progress over the next couple of months. So if you want to join, if you want to be in this accountability group and really be a part of what we're doing over the next couple of months, you know, get some people around you, have some support, meet some other people that are trying to do something positive, and generally just get a bit of motivation and inspiration, flick me a PM, I'll add you into the group, and we'll start to move this forward in 2018, ready for a kickstart in 2019. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, do hit me up. You know, guys that are on here, please comment. You know, let us know what you've kind of taken from this, what the key things are. Tag anybody in this that you think needs to see it. You know, share it or whatever. Help us get out there. Flick us a few smiley faces and all that stuff before you leave, just to help boost it up the rankings a little bit. But thanks for coming on, guys. As always, I love doing this stuff. Reach out if I can help in any way. And again, just hit me up with a comment or say, you know, I'm in. If you wanna join the accountability group, or flick me a PM and we'll go from there. That's it for me today, guys. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all later. Bye for now.